Hello and welcome to Hearthstone Top 5. My name is Benjamin the Hero, and with Knights of the Frozen coming out next month, I thought it would be appropriate for me to go back to my roots. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard right. I'm going back to Africa. It's a joke. Relax, it's a joke. I couldn't resist. But no, we're actually going to be going back to roots in a different way. We're going to be talking about the top most disappointing cards of a particular card expansion. And this time, it will be the Journey to Un'Goro. Alright, boys and girls, let's get started. Actually, hang on, wait. Before we get started, be sure to join the Hearthstone Hero Team Discord server if you want to connect with me and to join my own virtual family. Alright, let's get started for real this time. At number 5, we have the Elemental Archetype, more specifically Elemental Mage. Elemental Shaman is not terrible, but he would not call it good either. The hype for Elementals actually began when we saw Calimus, the Primal Lord, on the reveal stream of the Journey to Un'Goro.
Alamos?
Boom. And then we saw Tar Creeper, Blaze Caller, and Tolius Stone Shipper. So it only made sense that the elements will be a force to be reckoned with.
The elements will destroy you. But thanks, you win this.
In reality, it turns out that having to play an elemental the turn before proved to be super awkward. So awkward in fact that you'll sometimes have some incredibly inefficient turns just to get these powerful effects off. The unreliability of the Elemental Archetype proved to be a disappointment to many. At number 4, we have the Last Kleidosaur. This is what people expected from Galvadon.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Astounding. Thanks. 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 Thanks.
Alright, maybe not that since Bram was going to rotate anywhere, but the Paladin quest was expected to at least do something. When we saw the whole Primal Fin synergy on the reveal stream, everyone expected that the Last Kleidosaur would be at least somewhat playable. At least somewhat playable.
Primal Fin Champion. Return. Wait, hold on, sorry. Return any spells you cast on this minion to your hand.
Turns out that the Last Kleidosaur is borderline unplayable. And no, I'm not speaking in hyperbolic terms. It really is borderline unplayable. Either you will get run over by the slightest semblance of an aggro deck, or you will lose the value game to slower decks. The quest requirement of having to play 6 spells on minions turns out to be way too much. Perhaps Knights of the Frozen can fix that. At number 3, we have Swamp King Dread. Swamp King Dread, when it was first unveiled, people went crazy over it. You're getting some really nice stats. For 7 mana, you're getting a 9/9 and a unique effect of preemptively destroying enemy minions. On paper, Swamp King Dread was due to be at least an impactful card, but the only impact it had was on my dust collection. Swamp King Dread just did not fit the Journey to Un'Goro meta game, and it did not fit into any Hunter Un'Goro deck because at 7 mana, it was way too slow against aggro decks, and it was just alright. It's alright against mid-range and control decks. This is why Swamp King Dread will hopefully be better in the next expansion. But for now, it was highly disappointing. At number 2, we have the Marsh Queen, aka the card that made Life Coach quit Hearthstone itself. The Marsh Queen is perhaps, not perhaps, it is the single biggest overhyped card in the history of Hearthstone. Take a note, the Marsh Queen is the most overhyped card in the history of Hearthstone. Yes, more overhyped than Dragon's Consort. Yes, more overhyped than Hungry Dragon. And yes, more overhyped than Trogzor himself, the original overhyped card. Just take a look at all those glorious predictions.
The Marsh Queen, 5 stars. This is a very exciting quest and the reward is absolutely insane. The reward is so insane that you're willing to seriously warp your deck in order to complete it.
So I think this card is insane and it's going to be a 5-star in my book.
None of us realized how poor tempo playing 7 1-drops really is. And a 5-mana 8/8 is nothing special. We've had Fell River before in the past. We've had the 4-mana 7/7, and now we have Bitter Tide Hydra. Just having a big bunch of stats is nothing special. Plus, the Raptors are still essentially just a 3/2 minion. It honestly does feel like Blizzard forgot to give the Raptors charge.
I smell blood. Thanks. The master hungers. I will punch you. Thanks.
On paper, Marsh Queen was meant to make Hunter OP again. But my lord, Marsh Queen is definitely the most disappointing card in Hearthstone to date. Now you might be thinking, if Marsh Queen is number 2, number 1 must be some real special levels of disappointment. And you will be right. You will be so damn right. Let's get to number 1. At number 1, we have Warlock. Yes, we have the whole Warlock class. During the Journey to Go expansion, Blizzard decided to unofficially delete Warlock from the game. Look at this tier list from Vicious Syndicate that was released 4 months after the Journey to Go expansion was released. Warlock isn't on any of the tier list. And here's some very delightfully insightful comments from Vicious Syndicate themselves about the Warlock class. Be advised to consume some alcohol before playing these decks, Warlock decks. Your sanity is at stake. Just don't drink and drive. So the question is, what the hell happened?
I greet you.
All of the Journey to Ungoa Warlock class cards can be classified into 3 distinct categories: Handlock, Zoo, and Disco Lock. And the new standard rotation that came about with the release of Journey to Ungoa completely crippled Warlock. Without Reno Jackson, Handlock had no way to be viable because it will lose way too much health too quickly. And without Dark Peddler and Imp Gang Boss, Zoo lost most of its early game muscle. And the Disco Lock has always been a suspect deck due to its RNG nature.
Even this version, it leaves you scratching your head sometimes thinking, is this actually better than Zoo? Things to continue to watch for, really.
So Warlock was completely reliant on Disco Lock. And man, you do not want all your eggs in that basket.
Hey guys, how's it going? Capran here. Today I want to give you guys some gameplay of my attempts on playing the famously quoted 5 5-star Warlock Quest. Man, does this card suck. So
I'm gonna go on record and say that Lakari's Sacrifice is the worst quest in Hearthstone. It is too damn slow and too damn unreliable to activate effectively. There can be no greater disappointment than an unplayable class. If you liked the video, please think about subscribing and please keep watching more videos. And as always, please give me your feedback in the comment sections below or get the f out of my jungle. Have an awesome day, people. Till then.